Greetings. Before we officially start the show, I'd like to commend you on what a bold move you've made by choosing to consume this podcast. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be weird? Well, thankfully, the answer to all three of those questions is yes. Anyway, there's probably going to be some choice language at some point, so don't say that I didn't warn you. Enjoy the show.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Ooh, welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 104, are two billionaires about to exchange blows in battle? Baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark is trying to kill your children. Plus, Thor heads to the dentist in this week's movie review. I am Mike Fish, and I'm joined, as always, by the main man in San Fran. It's Mr. Kush. Hey, Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Coming all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. It is the original Waffle Box, the People's Podcast. You accept no substitutions because it is the best part of Wednesdays. I am Kush Hayes, and my man, I could not be happier to be here this week with you again for another episode in the great legacy that is Waffle Box.
Incredible. Every single time we do a new episode, it's like, geez, 104 of these things. It's incredible. Incredible. How you been?
I'm okay. Ups and downs. I
left some
got
rights.
a new neighbor who has a Doberman Pinscher who has decided to let it wander off its leash.
Ooh,
it's
bad
gotten to the
dog
point
owner.
where it's growled at me. It's charged my immediate neighbor. It's gotten to the point where, like, I just kind of, I don't know what provoked me to do it, but I just kind of like threw myself in the line of fire yesterday and let the fucker come at me. But fortunately, the owner was like, stop. I was like, hey man, leash never killed nobody. Like, and got into this whole thing where, like, this dude is not there. He's hearing the words that are coming out of my mouth. He understands English, but he's not processing anything. I was just like, hey man, you gotta have that fucking thing tied up, honestly. Like, it's dangerous. We got kids, we got senior citizens. Personally, I don't want to get my ass chewed up at 4 a.m. going to work or coming home from a party, honestly. And that's all hours of the day this thing is running around. And he's like, I understand. And then he went back, and then he left, and the goddamn dog is still not tied up. So it's yeah.
I'll just leave your dog loose. It's madness. Why are we coming to this world?
And also, again, this isn't a poodle. This isn't a little Shih Tzu. This isn't a Chihuahua. This is a Doberman Pinscher. It's a guard dog. I don't know what it's guarding, but it is protecting the house.
Every time you come near, it's like, I'll pinch you. Got you.
Anyway.
Fuck.
Folks, I know you don't like picking up shit, but if you don't want to pick up shit, don't have dogs and don't have babies. The end. It's really that simple. It's honestly that simple.
I remember the other day.
At park right now.
Yeah, that's nice. Join the show. I'm a dog owner walking around picking up poop. I've got a couple of good poop stories, right? So one time, I was like walking with the dog, and then she did her business, and like a responsible dog owner, pulled a baggie out of the thingy, put my hand in the bag, picked up the poop, turned it inside out, tie, poops in the bag. Happy days. And then I have a little thing on the leash where you can kind of like connect the poop bag in it, so you don't have to hold it. It's just to swing on with the leash, kind of until you get to a trash can. Boop.
And it's plastic. I get it, but I still feel filthy holding that fucking thing.
You get over it. But then I get home and I'm about to put the poop into the trash, and the poop is gone. I'm like, fuck, at some point it's fallen off my leash. And now I have to go find it. And I had to re-walk the walk because the poop bag fell at the most perfect point where it's halfway between. So it was like, there was no turning back. It was like, well, I have to do the whole thing again. And that's my story.
Above and beyond good dog owner, Mike Fish, because like again, I hate when people just leave shit all over the place and don't pick up after it. But like even myself, like if I had gone all the way to pick it up, tie the bag up, carry it with me with the intention of throwing it in a trash can, like if I had lost it on the way back, I just like, it's in a bag. And I would just go on with the rest of my evening. But you went back out, dude. That makes you exemplary. You are a hell of a dog owner
I'm
and
a
should be
stand-up citizen.
recognized as such. There you go. I wish more people were like you.
Wouldn't the world be a better place for it?
Be a lot hairier, for sure.
It would be. And if everyone sounded more classy.
Can't
There
deny
you
that.
go. What else? What else have we been up to? What have I been up to? What did I do this week? What did I do this week? I don't know. Nothing important. Nothing exciting.
Mhm.
Oh, Lathan. Man in the booth. What did you get up to? What did you get up to this week? Lathan? You're there. Put your mic on. Turn your mic on. There we go.
I actually had a pretty decent week, to be fair, fellas. Did you know that there is a Broadway musical called Once Upon a One More Time? Because apparently the world needed a crossover story starring Cinderella, Snow White, The Little Mermaid, Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel, and the Princess and the Pea based on the music of Britney fucking Spears. What the hell were they thinking?
Yeah, I actually did
Is that a
hear
real
that.
thing?
Yeah, I actually heard that
Wow.
advertised on the radio. It does. It's because obviously they I guess they use the song "Hit Me Baby One More Time," but it just they obviously try to fit the title in there, and it just sounds very "Once Upon a One More Time." It just doesn't sound right. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a weird. But
Very silly.
I haven't looked into it. It's like, is it for adults? Because some of those
Yes.
songs,
I'm
it's
sure
like
the kids
Cinderella,
will love it, but
Sleeping
yes,
Beauty,
it's...
gonna get a bit raunchy.
No, but they're gonna do the same shit they did in Wreck-It Ralph and not Frozen 2, but the other, maybe it was Wreck-It Ralph. I don't know, like this whole thing where the fairy tale princesses come together. Disney has done this twice now, so it's they're gonna just be like, you need a man to save you. Oh my god, do you ever feel like you're being put down? I know I was being put down. He pulled my hair. Stupid shit like that.
Ralph Wrecks the Internet, the second one. There we go.
Mhm.
It just came into
Yeah.
my mind. Terrible movie.
They did a
movie.
second one though, where they got again all the Disney princesses together and were just
Yeah, that
riffing
was it.
on
'Cause
the whole
it was,
genre.
It was Wreck-It Ralph
Was it
was the
just
first
that one?
Wreck-It Ralph was the first
Yeah.
one, and then Ralph Wrecks the Internet was the second one, and that's I think that's the one you're talking about. I think.
I know I'm definitely talking about that one, but I could have swore there was a second one Disney did. Maybe I'm just blending. Maybe I just split it up into two. But yeah, so it's been done is my point.
Maybe
It's been
I'm
done as my
thinking
point.
it wrong. Yeah, it
Maybe,
sounds
not
horrible.
possible.
I was saying the other day I would like to go to more Broadway shows. They are lots
Okay.
of fun, but that is probably
Alright.
one I'm not going to be spending my money on because it does sound.
I mean, what does the wife think about it?
I haven't asked her about it,
Okay.
just in case she likes the sound of it, and then I'm on, So we'll cut that bit out. Anyway.
Oh, we'll cut that bit out.
Let's move on. Let's talk about some news that has been happening this week. It's now time for this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Was that your news jingle impression?
Yeah, that was my Morse code. The copy coming in, the news feed. That's some old school shit.
It sounded like Roadrunner was on crack.
No, that's me. That's just me.
No, but I'm saying if he's on some drugs, he might be like go nuts.
Not
But
impossible.
that's
Yeah,
Roadrunner.
That could be funny.
That's Roadrunner 4. I'm tripping out, man.
That sounds
I
like-
think I got some bad stuff.
That sounds like something the robot chicken would do. Surprised they haven't actually, since you brought it up.
Copyright Waffle Box. First news story is something I saw trending on the social medias, on the Twitter.
Oh, I like trending stuff.
On Mondays. Not much depth into this story, but I found it hilarious. So someone, a former athlete, has decided to chime in on the hot button topic about trans athletes, right?
Okay.
And this person believes that trans people shouldn't be allowed to take part in competitive sports because, and I quote, this person believes that trans athletes would have a, quote, unfair advantage in those sports. Okay? Now, I believe that is a Pandora's box. It is something that could be discussed on another day on another podcast. We're not going to get that deep on this, right? However, sure, that's a conversation we could be had. But do you know, Kushes, who this athlete who believes that it's unfair to have a unsporting advantage? Who is sportsman, do you reckon, is standing up for this right?
I'm gonna say this is outside of the box and outside the character's box. I'm gonna guess, is this Caitlyn Jenner? Because I don't know this story at all. So
no,
I'm just throwing that out there.
It's not Caitlyn Jenner, but this guy, sportsman who believes it's disgusting that people have an unfair advantage in sports is, and let me check my notes, it's Lance Armstrong.
Okay, I get the irony in what you're saying.
Lance Armstrong. That's like Ezra Miller bringing attention to domestic violence. Like, dude, maybe you should sit this one out, pal. Who the fuck are you to speak? So yeah, not much to do. And as you can imagine, Twitter is taking it very well, and everyone's acting like civilized grown-ups on Twitter.
Okay.
They're not.
Well, I'm glad we solved that.
Totally shit posting him. But yeah, that's fun. I just saw that and I thought, Lance Armstrong? I mean, I guess you could argue he is, if anyone knows about cheating, I guess he would be the guy to go to, I guess. So there you go. Next stop story, speaking of Twitter. Oh, this is a good one. Could we be seeing the battle of social media finally making its way to the cage? Because Dana White, president of the Ultimate Fighting Championships, claims to have spoken to both the Twitter and Meta chief executives, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, about their willingness to battle each other. The billionaires indicated they were up for it in their respective social media platforms this week. Dana White was quoted as saying there's no limit on what this thing can make. He revealed that he spoke to the pair and said both guys are absolutely dead serious about this. Elon Musk, age 51. I always wonder why they put the age in the stories on these. But he appeared to light the fire under Zuckerberg's belly by saying he was, quote, up for a cage match if he is. He tweeted to challenge in response to a report that his rival's Meta company is plotting to make its own version of Twitter.
That was called Facebook.
Yeah, so apparently Mark Zuckerberg's version of Twitter is going to be an Instagram spin-off, which Mark Zuckerberg already owns Instagram, right?
It does.
But it's going to be called Threads. Sounds fun. Zuckerberg, 39, posted a screenshot of Musk's tweet on his Instagram story with the caption, "Send me the location." So yeah, boom, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, boom, clashing. What are your thoughts on this one, Mr. Hayes?
I think it's hilarious. I would absolutely slap down $50 to watch this at a bar or at a friend's house. I think it would be a shit show. I understand Mark Zuckerberg has been practicing the martial arts the last couple of years, and has even gone as far to win his first tournament. Well,
it does say in the story that he is a, quote, white belt at jiu-jitsu, which for those
Okay.
that don't know anything about jiu-jitsu, I used to train jiu-jitsu, fun fact, when I was a child. White belt is literally the belt you just get given when you sign up because something needs to hold your gi together. So it's the beginner. It's the beginner. Let's just say that.
Mhm. I also have a white belt in karate. It's pretty exciting.
Maybe I should just do that. Just join up to all these different martial arts classes. Go once, collect my white belt, and then just walk around. Like, oh yeah, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'm a white belt, mate.
15 white belt participant.
Boom. Don't
My whole
fuck
body
with
is
me.
white belts. All right. I got white belts everywhere. You don't know. Yeah. This is silly. And well, I'm sure there's more to the story here. But yeah, I would check it out. But even when I sent you the original story, I was just like, yeah, this ain't happening.
It would be good, though. It would be good.
I'm just hoping that at some point during the fight, you hear some glass shattering, and out comes Tom from MySpace, strutting to the cage with a steel chair in hand.
Jim Ross. Smart Space Tom. Smart Space Tom. He's here to whoop ass.
Top eight. Top eight. I'm not in with the top eight. I don't know what the top eight is, but still.
Was it top eight or was it top 9? I can't remember now. It's so long ago.
So MySpace was a whole thing. I think it started off at like top 6, and then MySpace allowed you to like tweak the HTML code. So you could have like your top 50 friends on display. You could have your favorite song broadcast when someone goes to your home
looping
page.
in the background.
Oh, by the way, you forget about it. So you find another favorite song and you put that in the code too. So now you have 2 songs just blaring at you. Like you can have glitter sprinkle all over your profile. Like MySpace,
it was a shit show.
Some fun stuff.
It was so much fun.
But it was fun for a minute. And then people took the shit way too serious. I remember a friend of mine saying, like, why? So you dropped me from your top 8? Like, what happened? And I was like, bitch, look at the top 8. It's literally all sponsors right now. Like I'm trying to doing a business thing here. Like no one that actually knows in the top 8 now. It's
everyone just had
Budweiser,
random celebrities
Rocco.
that accepted their request or some shit like that, random shit like that.
Right.
But yeah, I know. If someone ever come up to me and was like, "Oh, why did you remove me from your top 8?" I'd be like, oh, well, I found out you're the type of person who cares if you're in my top 8 or not, and that concerns me. So, off your pop.
It would bum people out too, man. Like, yeah, it affected people's days. So, thankfully, we're no longer in that time anymore, and people are actually like now hiding their friends list from Facebook so that people don't get spammed or trolled or whatever.
I hate that though. Oh, I must admit, I don't go on Facebook that much. The only reason I go on Facebook is post about this show. But whenever I get like a random friend request, I hate it when they've hidden their friends because I always want to see like, have we got any friends in common, or is this a weirdo? And so I just end up just, like either leaving it or saying no.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, if you still have mutual friends, that'll display in the mutual column. Like, oh, Joey and Dave and Jack and Marcy and Frank. Anyway, we have got big fight.
Big fight could be happening, but breaking
news.
Oh, we have an update to this story. Breaking news here on Waffle Box, because as with all fun things, someone's mother has to get involved and ruin it. So now Maye Musk, which is a great name.
That is a pretty great name. Maye Musk. M-A-E?
M-A-Y-E.
M-A-Y-E.
Maye Musk has chimed in to decry the idea of a precious son, this article writes. It's not in quotation, so whoever wrote this article is being weird, but doesn't want her son getting bruised by the jiu-jitsu white belt, Zuckerberg. Quote, "Don't encourage this match," she tweeted at podcaster Lex Fridman. No offense, no idea who that guy is. Supplementing her tweet with 2 angry face emojis. Oh, she means business.
Yeah.
And then, this is a great quote. She tweeted, "Actually, I cancelled the fight. I haven't told them yet, but I will continue to say the fight is cancelled just in case.
Oh, okay. Well,
And so you could do it. Elon Musk is one of the most confident men in this world. He's probably just looking at scrolling through Twitter because he definitely what's the word? Searches his own name. Vanity checks Twitter for his own name.
sure.
And now he's probably sitting there, Mom, why are you ruining my fun?
You can have all the money in the world, and it takes only one sentence from mom to embarrass you and in front of the whole world. Like
Next interview Elon's doing, his mum's gonna come on and grab him by the ear. Oh, come back here. You're a naughty boy.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I'm pretty sure she's not sanctioned to confirm or deny this match from happening, but yeah, I'm still sure this thing isn't happening. But like damn, Mama Maye Musk, just embarrassing the shit out of her baby boy.
For sure.
Every time I think about your mom, Elon, I go,
musky.
Dirty.
Anyway, so there you go. Who knows? Well, I guess I'm sure this is a story that will roll on and 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 on.
I feel like we'll hear about this one more time at least.
Yeah, if I would definitely love to see this fight happen, but if I was a betting man, which I'm not because I don't gamble.
I foresee one guy chasing the other guy around the ring. It's like, no. I see a lot of this happening, even with jiu-jitsu being involved.
Or this is going to be some bizarre. Or here we go, tinfoil hat on, ready. Conspiracy theory incoming. I love a good conspiracy theory.
Same.
What if?
See? What if?
This is some bullshit? So maybe in the background, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are kind of in this together. Maybe they put some money into a pot and they're working on the VR metaverse bullshit. And this fight is going to take place in the metaverse.
And I'm immediately uninterested.
And you have to be, you have to get the VR, the meta goggles to be able to watch the fight and all that bullshit.
So would it be their avatars, or would we only be able to see the fight through the platform of the metaverse? Would it still be just like?
No, the first two things that came to mind was one, it's just going to be their avatars that are fighting.
Okay, I'm immediately uninterested.
Or they have to actually get into the octagon, but they have to fight each other whilst wearing the goggles. And it's just it's almost like a blindfold match, and they're just walking around trying to feel the edge of the cage and fighting each. That would be fun.
They're gonna just run into each other face first, like two inbred children.
Yeah. There we go. Dana White, take notes. We fixed it for you.
If it's just their AI avatars or whatever, if it's not them actually engaging in fisticuffs, mano y mano, I'm uninterested. And this whole thing is pointless.
And the loser has to wear a Twitter bird costume at the other person's event or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
bikini car wash at the Facebook corporation.
Oh, good lord! I don't even want to get that image in my brain. I'd much, unless it's Mama Maye Musk. Some of that Mama Maye Musk.
Put her in there.
God damn it. Anyway, next story. This one definitely caught my attention because, as always, me, anytime I see a story that features any kind of robotics attacking human beings, I want to bring attention to this, bring it to the lights, bring it to the mainstream. Because you know what? The mainstream media aren't talking about robots attacking their human masters enough, quite frankly. So I'm doing the Lord's work. Sure. But yes, everyone knows Baby Shark, right? You know, that really annoying. I'm
familiar with it.
Baby Shark. That then it goes on. It's the whole fucking family. Third cousin Shark, third cousin Shark. I don't know if it actually does. But anyway.
I hope not.
So this company, Zulu, which is an El Segundo, California-based toy maker, has announced that they are recalling 7.5 million singing and swimming baby shark bath toys because there have been multiple lacerations and puncture wounds reported from children that owned these toys. So,
yeah, I get it.
Some research that I had to do because what's going on here. So apparently, these are like the robotic. I think this. So you put them in the swimming pool, or the swimming pool. I guess you put them in the swimming pool or the bathtub, and this shark will just like swim around, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But they have like a hard plastic top fin, and injuries have been reporting, including when children sat or fell on the product. So it's actually not, it's not, maybe it's not attacking them, but it's pretty stupid. But 9 of these 12 cases have required stitches or medical attention, according to the US Consumer Product Safety Commission. So there you go.
What the actual fuck is happening? First it was Furby, now it's Baby Shark. Is anything sacred? What's next? Barbie giving little kids herpes?
Well, she would have to be anatomically correct for that to happen, Lathan, but I see your point.
Is that, well, no, can't you, you can get, cold sore, you can get herpes on the lips.
My mouth don't open, though. Many have tried. None have succeeded.
Some creepy person's got a drill. And
a very tiny penis, if that's the case.
I mean, is it shocking that someone wants to face fuck a Barbie as a small penis? That's nothing I would ever say. Anyway, but yeah, so it does. To be honest, this is like a learning curve. You know what I mean? Kids need to learn not to fall on sharp things because it will hurt you. 12 kids have hurt themselves, so 7.5 million toys need to be recalled because of 12 idiots. I don't know.
It reminds me of this old Saturday Night Live sketch where this one lady, I forget her name, which sucks because she was one of the original. She's talking to Dan Aykroyd, not Tina Fey.
Oh no, she was not Dan Aykroyd time.
The lady from Kate and Alley. You probably don't even get that reference, but anyway,
was it Kate?
She was in Coneheads. Yeah, I think it was actually.
Oh.
But anyway, they're talking with a toy maker, and they're like, we think these toys are a little too dangerous these days. It's like, no, ma'am, no. There's nothing wrong here with bag of glass. Every child here loves bag of glass. You can throw it. You can make designs with it. It's got oodles and oodles of fun. Bag of glass is the thing all the kids want. It's just a
Bonnie Turner.
Bonnie Turner? No. Jane Curtin. I believe it was Jane Curtin.
Oh wait, no. Bonnie Turner wrote it, sorry, I apologize. Starring Jane Curtin. There you go.
Yeah. Took me a minute. I mean, that show's been on for like 45 years now, so still.
I loved her in Third Rock from the Sun. She was fantastic.
Yeah, she's fun.
Shout out to Jane Curtin. Anyway, parents. Parent your kids. Don't just leave them alone with a fucking fake shark in the bathtub. Weirdo. Anyway, that's that for this week's headlines. What a week. What a week we've had on the Third Rock from the Sun.
Dramatic.
But now it is time to speak about some people that are achieving things with their lives.
Ooh, life.
It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Last week, we featured a young lady from India who danced for a really, really long time
Oh yeah.
to break
That's crazy.
Guinness World Record. So now we've kept the theme, people are still dancing, people are still moving. And now we have another dance-themed Guinness World Record to talk about. So, a team of Connecticut high schoolers have broke the Guinness World Record for longest distance danced in a conga line.
That's
Powerful.
So
Well, Mike, as you know, I like to ask, what was the record and what is it now?
Wow. Bless you. So they completed the conga line around the school's track, running track.
Yes, I understand.
And the previous record was 15.1 miles
Wow.
of congering. So these kids completed 64 laps of the track to beat the world record, which is now stands at 15.9 miles. 15.9 miles of consistent congering.
Dude, that took like you're moving slower than if you were just regular walking, and you got to keep in rhythm. Like you literally just shimmying. Like,
Oh.
How many hours did this take, dude? 15.9 miles.
Have you done
Every now and then you got to kick at your leg. Yeah.
I actually
Was the
ran some
music
calculations
just
on
looping
this.
the entire time?
Based on the average speed of a conga line
Oh, forget
and the fact that they traveled 15.9 miles, this world record took them, let me just double check. Yep, they wasted
Please.
far too much of their lives doing this.
Brilliant.
Lazy.
You had me going there. I thought we was gonna
Yes, me too, dude.
Son of a bitch. But there's light at the end of the tunnel. So what the reason they did this, again, there's better ways to do this, but they were raising money for River House Adult Day Center.
Mm-hmm.
And they raised just over $8,500 for.
Nice.
So yeah, it's great cause, great kids.
How many people involved again?
It didn't. It does. It just as a team
just
of
the
Connecticut
class.
high schoolers.
Take it. Sorry.
Still again. Right. Hey, we're looking to raise some money.
Have you ever done like a school marathon? Like, because I had a school that made us do this every year. It was an annual fundraiser. Like, go out to your neighbors, talk to your mom and dad and all their friends and your aunts and your uncles, and have them sponsor you. They can do a flat fee, or they can do like 10 cents a mile. And I was like,
Yes.
I would do the bare minimum requirement, and then I just like, everyone would be like, run, Kush, run. And be like, yeah, no. We are just here out of obligation. I'd rather be anywhere else right now, but you got me walking, so I'm walking. It's the walkathon, not the jogathon, not the runathon.
And you'd always end up hating that one because typically, because I'm a kid and it's for charity, most people would just be like, "Oh, I'll just give you £10 or something. I'll just give you £5," and then you would get that one dick who would be like, "Oh yeah, I'll give you 50p per month." Like, fuck you. Now I have to.
That didn't bother me. Again, like, I felt weird about asking them for money, and also just like, it's me, guys. We're not doing anything. We're not gonna exert any great effort on this. But then there'd be those 2 or 3 kids who would take this shit seriously, and they'd be running. They'd be running the entire hour, and they got like a list of sponsors as long as my body. Whether it was a flat fee or 10 cents a mile, whatever. But then they would like run 15 fucking miles, and guess what? Like, one of them would win a TV set for their efforts or something stupid, and you'd be like, what is this? So, hated the jogathon. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. There's regular ideas, hey, let's raise money for the local adult day center. What should we do? Should we do a lemonade stand, bake sale? And so, well, let's break the world record for congering. What? What? And then suddenly everyone's like, yeah, it's a good idea. What? No, this is not bad. It's not a good idea. The fuck?
Would
Bullshit.
the parents also get judgy? I just had a
Oh,
flashback.
did you see my selfie? She was conquering way better than all the other kids.
No. Did
She's
you
a much
see
better
Cush's? Did you see Cush's sponsor sheet? Look at that. He only got 5 people. The little ginger bastard only got 5 people to sponsor.
Look at him. We've only been going for 2 hours and he's already
Meanwhile,
sunburned.
Craig Bouchard got 45 people. All of them to sponsor a flat fee, $20 a spot. He brought us like $300. I'm like, fuck Frank Bouchard. Or whatever his name was a second ago.
But there you go. Anyway, that brings a close to the first half this week. For Bucks still to come, we are talking about, a movie and other things. So, with a pitch like that, why wouldn't you want to stick around? So we'll be right back after this short break.
Yeah.
Once you decide you need something, how do you decide where to buy it? Last year, people bought more Kenmore washers and dryers than any other brand. More easy living paint, more Craftsman hand tools, more Kenmore microwaves. All these Sears brands are America's best sellers. That's a recommendation you can trust.
Is your mom home?
I am the mom.
From a few million of your neighbors.
There's more for your life at Sears.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 104. Still to come. Chris Hemsworth. Is it Chris Hemsworth? Chris Hemsworth, right? Is in Chris.
Chris is the older one.
Chris Hemsworth. Extraction 2. This week's movie review. But before then, it's the middle of the show. In case you didn't know that, in case you weren't aware of that. So since it's the middle of the show, if you ask me, there's no better time than right now to play the middle of the show quiz.
It's now time for the middle of the show quiz.
Hey, right. As always, middle of the show quiz, nice and simple. I'm going to quiz Kush Hayes.
That's me.
On a certain topic. Give me 5 questions. Obviously, the name of the game is to try to get all 5 out of 5 for a clean sweep. If not, 3 out of 5 for at least a win. There's a couple of things that you might want to know, because if he does get one of the questions correct, he hears this noise.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, switched up. Family Feud, baby.
Oh.
That
was hostile. That was aggressive. Oh, that hurts my soul. That's supposed to be a good noise.
Yeah, anyway, normally I'm going to say that makes him so happy, but it made him shit his pants, apparently.
Made my nose bleed.
Ooh. This is going to be fun. But if he does get a question wrong, he hears this noise.
That still makes me sad.
There we go. It still makes him sad. This week, since, Kush claims to be a movie buff.
That's me.
He's always, before we're recording, he's always like, I know lots about movies. He's always doing that.
That sounded just like me. I do say that.
So this week, what I thought I'd do is quiz you on iconic first lines of movies. So what I'm going to do,
the very first line of the movie.
The very first opening line of the movie. I'm going to read them out. I'm not going to do impressions because my impressions are so good, it will just give it away. But I'm just going to read out the first line, and then you have to tell me which movie they come from. Simples.
All
right. Let's get some tense music to go, Lathan. Since we're about to quiz, hit it, baby. Thank you. So quote number 1. When you love someone, you've got to trust them. There's no other way. You've got to give them the key to everything that's yours. Otherwise, what's the point? Deep.
When you love someone. Yeah, I have no idea. It sounds like a rom-com, and my rom-com game is weak. Yeah,
That is from the movie Casino.
Okay. I watched Goodfellas more than I watched The Casino. I'm in that camp where, like, really, they just remade the same fucking movie? Alright, I guess.
Yeah. All right, let's try this one. Quote number 2. There are over 550 million firearms in worldwide circulation. That's one firearm for every 12 people on the planet. The only question is, how do we arm the other 11?
Lord of War, which is a dope, underrated movie.
Oh!
Yeah, like that line is poignant. That one stuck with me.
And it's one of those good bits where he's talking to you. He's talking to the camera. Makes you feel, you're like you're part of the gang. Quote number 3.
Trace.
You don't like flying, do you?
No, I don't. That's the quote.
That's the quote. It's the opening line of the movie. You don't like flying, do you?
Passenger 57. Someone's on a plane.
Someone is on a
Air
plane.
Force One, not Air Force One. I'm state passenger 57.
That was the opening line of Die Hard.
Gotcha.
It's where that arsehole tells him to scrunch his walk barefoot on the, just even though it doesn't actually work. It doesn't work, but they needed a reason for him to take off his socks, so
I
I
think he was enjoying it, and then gunfire broke out. I think he was enjoying it.
The walking on the glass didn't help, and yeah. Anyway, quote number 4.
Number 4. So far, not doing too good.
Quote, I believe in America. America has made my fortune. I believe in America. America has made my fortune. What movie is that from, Kush?
I want to say Pain and Gain. I also want to say Scarface. I feel like it's definitely got drugs involved in it. I believe in America. I'm terrible at this week. So, yeah, Scarface.
That is the opening line from The Godfather.
The Godfather?
The Godfather.
Yeah. I've only seen that once. That's okay. You didn't know that. Why would you know that?
Exactly. I'm not going to make it easy for you. Right, come on, let's try to save face here. Quote number 5.
Let's just for fun.
Just for funsies. Quote, in Jailhouse Rock, Elvis was everything rockabilly's about. Living fast, dying young, and leaving a good-looking corpse.
This is so stupid because of all the quotes you gave, only the ones I got wrong I should have got right, and the ones I got right and am going to get right I should have gotten wrong, because this is True Romance with Christian Slater, and it is still a dope fucking movie.
Correct, but unfortunately, only 2 correct.
You lose.
Hey, Kush, fancy a bonus round? Let's see if you manage to get this one. Are you ready?
All right. Yeah, what you got, babe?
Here we go. Oh, Lathan, you're getting really cocky this week. All right, what's your bonus round, Lathan?
Hello, my name's Forrest Gump. You want a chocolate?
Fucking hell.
Is it Terms of Endearment?
Fucking dumbass, Lathan. Jesus Christ. This is why we don't let you talk as much. Anyway, so there you go. 2 out of 5.
No. It's just a game, Kush. It's just a game.
It's just a game, man. It's a game.
Don't put the party popper confetti in your brain. Oh.
Wait, was that like a confetti gun? That looks really cool.
Yeah, it's the confetti gun. The confetti gun's been on Waffle Box before. Oh, and it's out of ammo. Thank you. I used it up during episode 100.
You lose.
Oh, well, that
clean
was...
up anyways.
Yeah, always look on the bright side. But now it's time to help save those budding daters, those budding romantics. Save their boring dates as we take one option and pluck it out of the universe in this week's Trapdoor segment. Trapdoor segment. If this is your first time joining us, it's 104 episodes. What the fuck have you been doing with your life?
Hey, they're latecomers. Don't worry about that. As long as they're here, that's what's important.
I guess. So yeah, what we do here is, depending on the topic, I give Kush Hayes 4 options to pick from, and then after showing his workings, he gets to send one of those options down the trap door and out of existence. The current theme that we're working through is date night ideas, and to respect the exercise, as always, this has to be like the first, second, or third date, the getting to know you period. So you don't fully know exactly what they like and what they don't like. So you put yourself out there. This week's letter, we'll send the letter M, which is a great letter, the best letter in the alphabet, because it is the first letter in the name Mike. So, yeah.
Just the facts, ma'am.
And don't forget, Mom Maye Musk.
Yeah. It's also the first name of Mama Maye Musk. Do you know what? That would be, if I'd have known, I would have got an extra bonus sound effect ready, and I'd have sent it to Lathan to put it on the soundboard. But so, buddy of mine, shout out to buddy of mine, Alex J. Middleton. He's one of the hosts of Pastor Grave podcast, and he hosts. He's one of the co-hosts of the Rod Ryan Morning Show on 95.4 Loves, Houston, Texas. And he often
I never miss an episode.
It's good. It's the best way to wake up every morning, except for Saturday and Sunday when I take those days off. A bit lazy, but anyway, sometimes he has to do like ad reads, and he was doing one for Papa John's Pizza.
Oh wow!
And I guess they wanted that they, obviously they write out what they want you to say.
Sure.
And I guess I don't know what kind of mood he was in that day when he recorded it, but he has to basically sound like he's enjoying the pizza in this ad read.
Yeah, I understand.
And so it's just. So they'll be playing like commercial, and then you'll just hear Alex go, Papa John's. It's hilarious. It gets me every time.
So I've heard that radio spot with other products over the years out here in San Francisco. So yeah, I totally. Never mind. Once you see the whole thing behind the scenes, it's quite funny because Alex will just be sitting there. He'll be listening to the guy read the copy, and then someone has to give him his cue, and then we're like, and then the guy's still talking. But meanwhile, he's just been sitting there for 3 minutes, just like it's like the guy with the triangle in the orchestra.
Or maybe he's been up since 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's just get this over with so I can go home. But yeah, that'd have been a good sound clip. Mama Maye Musk. All right, so letter M. So the 4 options for these date nights. So Kush Hayes is taking this lucky lady out of town. Which of these is he gonna say no? Because no means no. Remember, on a date, no means no, fellas.
No always means no.
All right, so the first option is mini golf.
Okay.
Option number 2. Museum tour. Option number 3.
Museum wrong.
Murder mystery night.
Ooh.
Or number 4. Magic show. So we got mini golf. That's what she said. Mini golf, museum tour, murder mystery night, or a magic show. Kush, talk us through them. What do you like? What do you hate? And which one's going down the trapdoor?
These are all actually sound like a good time or like a good first to third date, sincerely. So give me a second to ponder these. May I have 30 seconds of music, por favor?
Nathan?
I just want to look this over.
Yeah, you can mull it over. It's just, if you're listening or watching, just chat amongst yourselves. We'll be right back. Weather's been crazy. You noticed that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Wild overcast. It's fucking June. Stupid. All right. I guess I'm gonna wing it. Like I still don't have an answer. So here's what's up. Museum. I'm not a museum guy, but you still want to show your future bride of 12 that you're gonna
be a class about you, sophistication.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see there's some culture
old shit
about you. You know, like, and this is more for her. Like she maybe, all right, if you find that one girl who doesn't like statues and paintings and all that old shit, then then this is definitely not for you. But I'm keeping museum on the list because it is that class. It almost never fails. As long as you're.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, what is this?
If you take a woman to the museum, guaranteed next stop is Pound Town. That's 60% of the time it works every time.
Again, unless you use the toilet that's a display hall because you thought it was a toilet and not an exhibit. And I get why you would think it was a toilet because it's a toilet, but it's clearly an exhibit. So
it's in public space.
Anyway, don't use the toilet in the exhibit room.
And don't use the banana
in the bathroom.
Duct tape to the wall.
Oh, don't. Mike, I learned the hard way on that one. Murder mystery. I'm keeping on the list here because I think it involves some spontaneity. It shows like some problem solving. It's part. You are part of the entertainment. You are part of the show. You are in the adventure that is the murder mystery. I've never actually been on one of these, but now I'm intrigued. Like when you brought it up, I was like, yeah, that could be a good time. These other two, dude, I really don't know. Like it could be hit or miss. It's geez. I'm going.
For those keeping score, he's talking about magic show and mini golf. Those are the last two standing.
Magic show and mini golf. Heads is mini golf. Tails is magic.
Bringing out the coin of destiny.
I was only permitted to use this like 3 times a year. We haven't used this at all this calendar year, I believe. So this is our first time. But yeah, heads mini golf, tails magic. Whatever comes up, that's what we're striking from the record here. So, flippy do. It came up tails. So magic, the magic show is getting canceled, and mini golf, you guys are gonna engage. It's not the greatest athletic activity, but you'll be a little active, and there's fun little exhibits to see. It's kind of like a museum.
And then you can do that like
some beers in
that stand up spooning thing where you're like, hey, let me help you with your grip. Oh.
All right. So work with my hips here.
That's just the banana that I stole from the museum. Don't worry about that.
This was a tough one, Mike Fish. I appreciate this one. But I would engage in all 4 of these, but we have to get rid of one. So unfortunately, the magic show is going away. I made it disappear. That's my magic.
Oh, we made it disappear. Look at him. You don't give a fuck.
I made it funny.
He made it funny. Speaking of which, right,
That's
before we
for the
move
train.
on to this week's movie review, I just noticed something, right? So I bought this shirt that I've got, right? So I bought
All
this
right, very peachy.
from Target. It was about $12,
Mhm.
as I always do.
Is that
But,
peach
you
or
know,
salmon?
It's Pammon.
Salmon. Okay.
But I just noticed, just looking at myself in the camera. Like, do you remember watch those like old Western movies?
Never too much into westerns, but please continue.
But like in the Wild Wild West, and like someone would always get woken up in the middle of the night.
Oh,
and they were wearing their
fucking long
PJs.
johns.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I look like that. That's what this looks like.
Oh yeah, you're Prospector Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, Waffle, get my gun. I'll go get the gold.
Where's my pickaxe? Damn it, Cletus! Like, you can still be named Mike, but you have to have an assistant named Cletus.
I'm just trying my best, boss.
You shut up! And then you backhand him. And you go, I'll do better, boss. I'll do better.
Where's the dog? Will we get to eat before me, boss?
Because he's useful.
Sure.
That's why.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. And scene.
That's why you guys come to the Waffle Box.
Oh, great improv. Good improv. Look at that. Anyway, it's now time to talk about some actors that actually get paid to do what they do. In this week's Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review.
Kush's movie review this week. We're talking about Extraction 2, starring Chris Hemsworth. It's about a guy that has to extract something. Fun fact.
Just the facts, man.
Mike, did you see the first Extraction?
I did see the first one. Wasn't it
guess.
exclusive to Netflix or something?
It is an exclusive to Netflix movie, much like its sequel.
Oh shit! This is on Netflix. Fuck.
Yeah. I told you that the other day, but not important. Not important.
Oh. I would have watched it otherwise.
Not important. You should have. I was hoping you would.
I do like a good because there's lots of guns. You know,
lots of guns, lots of action, lots of. It's a good time. It's a good time. My biggest complaint about Extraction Part 1 was it was 20 minutes too long and kind of unmemorable. There's a really good car chase. Chris Hemsworth and another dude fall off a balcony, and it's a 2-story drop, but shit, that looked like it hurt still. I don't care if there's special effects involved or not. But it was very unmemorable. So when I heard there was an Extraction 2, I'd think to myself, didn't that fool die? And
that's what I was thinking. Did he die? I'm sure he died at the end.
Super embarrassing. I had to go to YouTube and look up Extraction ending explained. Ending explained videos are the stupidest fucking things in the world. But this one finally
he sacrificed himself, right? If I remember correctly.
It was subjective.
Oh,
if you wanted to believe, because so he gets shot in the neck, and then he falls off a bridge into the water, and then there's a scene where the little boy he's been protecting the last 1 hour and 58 minutes. He's at his high dive competition, makes his high dive successful, gets out of the water, and then in the background off to the right, it's a very blurry image that could be Chris Hemsworth's profile. It's very interpretive. So
thankfully the mermaids saved him. They brought him back to life.
Well, Extraction 2 starts off from that scene where my man Chris Hemsworth falls off a bridge. Yeah, and sure enough, you think he's gonna die, but some medics rescue him. They pull him out. They pump his heart. They pump all the water out of his lungs.
Well, I hope they
take
also
him to a hospital
stitch up his neck wound.
So the first 10 minutes of this movie is Chris Hemsworth going through rehab, a year's worth of rehab in this. He's not Superman. He's not John Wick. He got fucked up in the last movie, and now he has to heal. Like the first 10 to 15 minutes of this film is him rehabilitating his wounds, just getting back to normal, trying to accept Yeah, I'm a hitman that's now retired. I only used to know killing, but now I have to like stroke a dog and chop wood in the middle of nowhere. Like it's
And then
dumb shit
some
like
Russian
that.
guy kills his dog, and then we're off to
No
the
Russian
races.
guys, Georginians. No one kills the dog. Georginians do not come to the cabin until the last scene? Question mark. However, Idris Elba knocks on his door.
Ooh,
And
what
it's
a
like,
lovely surprise.
hey, Chris Hemsworth. You remember that woman you were married to, and and your child who died of cancer? Well, her sister married this rad ass gangster in Georgia, or yeah, Georgia, where Georgia in the Russia area,
Georgia's like
that part
Eastern
of the world.
European,
Do you
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he got arrested, and instead of just letting his family wait for him to get out in 5 years, he arranged to have his family brought into prison. So that's his sister-in-law, Chris Hemsworth's sister-in-law, and her two children, a teenage boy who is a fucking cunt, and little girl who is just there to be protected and saved and go, oh no, a little girl got shot. Chris Hemsworth accepts the mission. And by the way, this movie also stars Gole Shifte Farene. I totally butchered that,
Beautiful
even though I spelled
pronunciation.
it phonetically. I spelled it phonetically, and I butchered that. Adam Bessa, which is much easier to say. And then the big bad villain is Tornike Shinai, who I dubbed the entire movie Conor McGregovich, because he looks like Conor McGregor, but is clearly not Irish.
So
Anyway,
at any point in this movie, does Chris Hemsworth have to go to Georgia?
mm-hmm.
Oh, he does.
Oh, that's the mission. They have to go to Georgia. They have to break into the prison.
The best way to do that is to take the midnight train. Yep.
If you don't get that, you don't get this clap. All right. Well done, Mike Fish. Well done.
Thanks.
Anyways, they do have to go to Georgia. They have to break into a prison. They have to successfully abduct or rescue or extract sister-in-law and the two children. And as you can imagine, little girl drops doll that goes squeak. A gangster in a cell wakes up, alerts to everybody, and then a prison riot starts. And the next 20 minutes is one long cut scene. I'm sure there's some hidden cuts here and there, but it's a prison riot. And then when it's not a prison riot, they're running to the car. And when they're not running to the car, they're in a chase, a getaway. And when a rocket propelled grenade blows up both cars, they got to run through a factory to the train station. And then when they're on the train station, goddamn helicopters are shooting at them while 12 men fucking ascend from the skies and are going into the train, and like people are getting stabbed and shot, and there's gun fu and jujitsu, and then when someone gets stabbed, they go ah! Like this movie goes hard. Like it is a wild time. The only other best scene I thought that was in this film is when they I want to say they're in Geneva or Berlin or whatever state that isn't Georgia. Like they're at supposed to be at a safe house, a wonderful suite where little girl got shot and she's being stitched up, and Chris Hemsworth, main lady Gole Shahifte, she's getting stitched up because she got stabbed in the shoulder. Like unlike John Wick, when people get injured in this, they get fucking injured. This at one point, Chris Hemsworth's arm does get broken. And guess what? He fights the fight, but he's got to now fight with one arm. Like there are consequences to the shit that happens in this film. Despite the fact that I said the runtime of the last one was 20 minutes too longer, this movie somehow managed to be 5 minutes longer than the previous. And yeah, some shit could still be trimmed, but I had a really good time. You hate the teenage son. You like everybody else. They're definitely trying to bank on a third one. Will that happen? I don't know. This was directed by Sam Hargrave, who directed the previous one. It was written by a man named Andre Parks, as well as Joe and Anthony Russo, who you know from Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. Most of the Marvel movies. Most of the good Marvel movies. All right. Wall to wall action, fantastic time. I think it's a little bit better, but I was also more invested in it. There's a scene where people are hanging off a building, and it's all green screen. It's all green screen, bro. But I got vertigo, and my hands are sweating during this entire scene. Like, you're in there, you're like, I don't know how Chris Hemsworth is gonna get out of this, because he's literally hanging on onto the side. He's holding on to his best mate, and the bad guy just shot him in the hand anyways. Like, shit is intense. So this was the first movie was based on a comic book. This is its own original adaptation, but it was a good time. I want to give it a low 4, but I'm giving it a strong 3. All right, it's good. It's really good for Netflix. Again, you can compare it to John Wick, and again, like, consequences are in this film, whereas John Wick got hit by 7 cars, fell down a flight of stairs, got tossed off a building, had his earlobes caved in, and even like mutilated his arms to do that bullshit scene from the original Kung Fu TV series. Like, no, like, when people get injured in this, people get injured in this movie. And then they have to fucking still make it through or die. So Extraction, I wish I could. Extraction 2, Hard R, 2 hours 2 minutes. It's currently on Netflix. Strong 3 out of 5.
I mean, I imagine it'll probably be on Netflix for a while.
You'd be surprised these days. Netflix is even just like, yeah, we made this ourselves, but no one's watching it, so we're dropping it. We're gonna save some bandwidth. It's probably not going to be this movie though. But I'm just saying.
Oh, I'll definitely be checking it out. So, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, I didn't think this was on Netflix. But no, yeah, I'll be checking it out.
You're doing Mike Fish stuff. You're doing Waffle Box stuff. You're occupied. I get it.
I'm busy. Yeah, I'm
Busy
seeing
man.
people and doing things and other things people do. What do adults do? And I'm searching for gold in the mountains.
Ooh. With
my dog Skater. Anyway,
you would have a dog named Skater, Pioneer Mike.
Time to wrap this week's show up. Give me everyone all the warm feels and buzzies. It's now time for this week's Feel Good Story of the Week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's Feel Good Story comes to us from every single state in these Americas.
Exciting.
Yeah. So brothers Davon and Tavon Woods, they want to ensure that foster kids in the United States know there are people that have their back. So these twin brothers from South Carolina have set a goal of walking 20 miles in all 50 states to raise awareness for foster youth. They themselves grew up in the system, and Davon told Good Morning America that they didn't, quote, know what love was. I never heard of it.
What?
I want to know what love is. Want you
to show me.
Anyway,
we gotta stop before we get a copyright strike.
That was so good, that singing.
Sounded like a real thing.
Anyway, just so much hurt and so much anger in their upbringing. But instead of allowing their past to defeat them, they said, we allow it to motivate kids all around the world. They started the organization Foster Kids Matter to support youth who are in the system or have aged out of the system, and their plan is to open up facilities to help current and former foster kids. They also have a program called Keeping It Fresh, which promotes cling film on your food to make sure it stays fresh. But also, in every city they walk in, the brothers donate new shoes to foster kids. Quote, we just want to boost their confidence. So there you go. Tavon and Davon, shout out to you. Not only raising awareness, bringing the community of foster kids together, but raising money and giving them new footwear and my God, and keep it fresh. So
I don't have a map of the United States in front of me, but I feel like on the East Coast, there's this one specific pass where they could literally just go dead south. Like they have to do a lot of curvatures, but I feel like they could get there 20 miles with in several states. I mean, it would take them a few days still, but still, like, this sounds like a lot of airfare is involved.
Yeah, I don't know whether I don't know whether they're walking 20 miles in each state or if they're doing 20, like total 20 miles in each state. So doing like a little walk in each. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's.
I imagine it's 20 miles in each state.
Yeah, that's what I interpreted from the copy you read. So
yeah, and then this high school in Connecticut's like, join the back of the conga line. Let's break a record. Look at that. And we're back to the start of the show. So there you go.
That's called a callback.
That is a callback, and it was a hell of one. It involved dance and everything. Love that stuff.
I was really impressed with the choreography we put together.
Too early, Nathan. Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, man, what's wrong with you? No,
well, you got somewhere to be, huh? You got somewhere to be? You're on the clock, pal. Sorry, Kush. As you were saying.
That's all right, man. I was just saying, like, yeah, man, this was an action-packed episode, dude. We had lots of sketches and skits, and we did some dancing. And I always make love to the microphone. This was,
beautiful.
This might be in our top 10 episodes again.
All right, name 9 better. Go.
So the best one we did was episode 101. Also, number 4 is pretty goddamn great. That was when we talked about that guy who kept changing in front of his zipper or in front of the Zoom meeting, and then there was the other. We talked every time our man David Rush comes up, like he's always in the conversation, And then obviously episode 50 was a lot of beautiful time. We talked about that one thing, and then I got a perfect score.
That time we spoke about the thing. Memories.
Mrs. Buttercup, memories of the way we were. We did a lot of singing tonight too.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Anyway, now you can hear it, Nathan. Thanks. That wraps up episode 104 of The Box of Waffles. Kush, you do some other stuff on the side. You got a side hustle.
Oh, did you hear that?
Doing your own thing.
Yeah,
bit of cash in hand, under the table. You know what I mean? Tax men don't need to find out nothing. You know what I mean? Keep it strim. But you can find that at Bosnet.family. What have the Bosnet.family got to look forward to this week?
Bringing back friend of the family, James Marshall. He's usually from the unofficial Cheers podcast where no one knows your name. We're not talking about Cheers this time. He had an opportunity to see the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs come to the United Kingdom for an exhibition match, and we're going to talk all about it and get his interpretation of what Major League Baseball is all about. Because that was
I'd be interested to find out what his thoughts are about the venue, London Stadium, home of West Ham United Football Club.
Hell yeah. So we got that going on. Also, we always do reviews here on the Waffle Box, and thanks to everybody checking out last week's review of The Flash. Like, that shit spiked. I hope you guys liked it. Tell your friends. I cannot wait for the YouTube essays on not only the entire DCEU, but that specific film, Andy Muschietti's The Flash. I didn't get to see that last week. That's all I got, Mike Fish. What do you do?
Nothing. I have a podcast on a break at the moment, so this is it. This is all I got. Look forward to next week.
Back records.
But make sure you follow this on at WaffleboxPod on all social medias. Found out that we do have a TikTok account, so I update that. So if you're on TikTok, you can go to WaffleboxPod on TikTok as well. Push. Say goodnight to everyone, please.
Fare to well, you
everybody.
beautiful people. Go out there and smash the week ahead. Nobody has ever heard a crackhead say, "I have no money. I'm not going to smoke crack today." A crackhead will always find a way to get crack. Don't let a crackhead out hustle you. Be better than a crackhead. Love to the family.
Is that a movie
Wonderful.
quote?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to Google it if it was, but that's pretty. I guess that's a motivational speech.
I thought it was poignant. It made sense to me.
Yeah. Don't be hustled by a crackhead. Take that one
Smart.
to the bank. You can follow
Smart,
me
Waffle.
at @onlymikefish. You can follow him at Kush_Hayes. You can follow the twat upstairs at producer Lathan on Twitter. But until next week, take care of yourselves. And
Hugs and kisses, y'all.
up to the family.
That's all, folks.